Peace on Earth, Ethan Indigo Smith here. The Philosopher's Stone. Here I discuss the exoteric and the esoteric of all subjects, from the metaphysical to the political, and I leave no stone unturned. So, my first book was highly exoteric, a very political and factual, historical look at the situation of the world as seen through the window of oligarchical collectivism. And in a sense, it's a very exoteric book. And I did bring in a couple of esoteric ideas, namely the allegory of the cave and the four wise monkeys, often known as the three wise monkeys. Please support that book. I would really appreciate it. Since then, and please share it or ideas I have all over online from it with people who consider themselves to be patriots but are not in fact educated, because what I brought to the table was a nonpartisan look at patriotism, a simple word that actually is inflammatory in a lot of situations. Was when I first wrote it, is today. A true patriot in the United States is not an it of the patriarchy. It is a person, an individual who supports the Constitution and enables liberty. So I wanted to share a couple of recordings that I was looking at from the news recently. In juxtaposition and in combination, they are revealing. And I think this is not anything new to say to anyone, but war is a tool of the oligarchies of the world. It is a tool to hold on to power, to gain power, and let's face it, war is also a tool to cover up things. So war is an oligarchical collectivist tool, and it's gone down like that many times throughout history. So I want to share with you a quote from the president, from his
who live and dream about mountain game hunting,
from his time, from his recent
election, most important election ever. We want a landslide that's too big to rig. If you want to save America, get your friends, get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. Vote early, vote absentee, vote on election day. I don't care how, but you have to get out and vote. And again, Christians, get out and vote. Just this time. This time. Vote. Just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you.
Word. My beautiful monotheist, I hope you see through that manure pile. And further, let's see another quote. I want to point out too that with certain people in his cabinet, there is an obvious game plan when they came into office. What that game plan entails is happening right in front of us. The reasoning, the future reasoning and future game plan, we don't know yet, but we can look at the trend of what's going on as to what they want to do. And that's at its most basic, enhance the police state, which is something that many people that are supposed thinkers and critical of the U.S. government, when a certain party is putting forth a police state. They don't have a problem with it. Interesting. So let's see another quote here. This is after he gets elected. And mind you, people say things in a joking fashion in a revealing manner, right? Not intentionally so, but they reveal by way of accident, by trying to be funny, by trying to be insightful. They realize where they're truly at. Check out Zelensky talking about how his constitution in his country says that you cannot have an election when you're being invaded, because their election was designed with the concept in mind that they knew Russia was going to invade more than likely than anyone else. And if so, they wouldn't be able to have election. So that's in their constitution because they're surrounded by other states, including Russia. The United States is not surrounded by other states. The election was even canceled. But here we go. Zelensky.
We have to do safety circumstances, and a little bit we need to work in the parliament, because during the war you can't have elections, but we can do security. We need, maybe how to say, we need a truth, yes, everywhere, in the battlefield, in the sky, in the sea, yeah, to make possible for people to do democratic, open, legal election.
So let me just say, 3.5 years from now. So you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody, no more elections? Oh, that's good. I wonder what the fake.
You like this idea?
No.
We have to do safety circumstances, and a little bit we need to work in the parliament.
Okay. So juxtapose those insights that he revealed, right? I mean, and the idea that an administration has a plan is not a conspiracy theory. This is just a fact as of politics. All politicians come into an administration in the United States with a plan. So does he have a plan for 3.5 years, or now 3 years from now? I don't know, but it sure would seem that by way of threatening war or military action, he's already stolen a political leader from Venezuela, threatened Mexico, threatened Canada, threatens Cuba, Colombia, on Greenland, essentially Denmark, and Canada. We must understand that threatens the UK, in its at least in its rhetoric. So I hope sometimes when I think about politics, I think about, God, I wish that these people knew what I knew, and that's why I wrote the Complete Patriot's Guide to Oligarchical Collectivism. I hope you'll support. In a factual, historical, nonpartisan perspective, because I wanted to share information. And in fact, the book is facts. The first fact is you do not have all the information. Neither do I, of course. But we got to proceed in a manner where we question things and don't act in a partisan manner to where we're promoting really despicable, immoral, and by extension, I don't want to sound silly, but un-American ideas, because I don't like using rhetoric like that generally, but American ideas are liberty infused and enhancement of the police state to fuel oligarchical collectivism and war in the pursuit of furthering oligarchical collectivism is un-American. So please support my work. Appreciate you listening.